Can the worst possible Pidgeot beat the entire game of Pokemon Yellow on 0 DVs, minimum battles, and no TMs? Anytime I run a Pokemon from Ash's original Kanto team, I feel a little bit nervous because these Pokemon don't exactly have the best stats or movesets. And Pidgeot is no exception. I mean, it does have a decent speed stat to go with some pretty mediocre other stats, but it also has a pretty bad move pool, with its strongest attacking move being a 40 base power quick attack. Even with agility to get access to badge boosts and sand attack in order to go for accuracy strats, is it going to be enough to get through the game with this terrible moveset? I'm not so sure. Maybe Pidgeot's the worst Pokemon we've run in this series so far, but there's only one way to find out. Let's get into it. Professor Oak wanted to do some research on how to get a Chad hairdo, so he got a Pidgeot and we got our starting Pokemon. I mean, look at that back sprite, guys. The Rival 1 fight is incredibly easy with Pidgeot because we have access to Sand Attack, and Quick Attack always guarantees that we'll strike first. We can move on now to Viridian Forest, where we only have to take on one bug catcher in this section of the game, and once again, even though we're under-leveled, this isn't really hard. We have a same type attack bonus in both Gust and Quick Attack, so we're doing decent damage even at our low level. But now we have to take on Brock. He resists everything. Will Sand Attack be enough? The Onix, in case it starts using Bide. So I'm going to start off by setting up like 4 Sand Attacks here, and now I'm going into Gust. And it looks like Gust is doing 2 damage per hit, which is fine. We just need to get to Onix. Okay, so we have gotten to Onix. Now we want to start sand attacking this one into oblivion if we can, but we got hit. Now on this channel, we've already shown in the Brock Minimum Battle series that it is possible to beat Brock with a Pidgeot. But just because it's possible does not mean that it's easy. In fact, this is one of the toughest fights that I've ever managed to get through Brock on Minimum Battles, basically relying entirely on Sand Attack. But it's not enough to just set up all the Sand Attacks on Brock. No, when he uses Bide bypasses accuracy checks, so if we hit him while he's using Bide, he will return the damage, and it's guaranteed to hit. And we don't have that much HP or defense, so we just have to really hope and pray that he's not going to hit us for enough turns. And really, our goal is to keep as many Sand Attacks as we possibly can to use on him when he uses Bide, to use Quick Attack whenever he's not using Bide in order to do damage, and use Gust on the last turn of Bide so that he'll unleash energy before we hit him. And there we go, finally 29 resets, but Gigachad is able to take Brock down. So it's, like I said, not like it's great to do that. But while that Brock fight was the toughest one I think we've had so far in the series, this next section is actually incredibly easy for Pidgeot. We have same type attack bonuses in both Quick Attack and Gust, and we have Sand Attack to lower opponents' accuracy if we ever get into trouble. And those factors all together make all of these fights really easy. Brock is really the only major challenge I think we're going to face here in the early game, at least until the Rock Tunnel Hiker. But maybe one of the rivals or Misty could surprise us. But for now, we just take down the Super Nerd, we'll pick up the Dome Fossil, and it's on to Jesse and James. Let's get into the Jesse and James fight. So here, I think we just take down Ekans as quick as possible. And same for Meowth. I don't really want to mess with that. And then I'm going to, once again, just Sand Attack a bunch on Coughing. I think it's the best play. Will probably do the most for us in the long run. Cool. I think I'm going to take on Rival 2 first. Not super scared of his team, though I will probably just try to knock a lot of things out quickly. Let's see. So here on Spearow, I'm going to give it at least a couple Sand Attacks. I don't really like that Growl. Here, I'm definitely going to sand attack on Sandshrew. I don't really want to be sand attacked, but I guess one is fine. And we get knocked out by the Rattata. Okay. Okay, we take down Rattata. I am trying to sand attack his Eevee to reduce its chances of hitting me. And there we go, we get through. Turkey goes down. That's what you get, Turkey. Oh god. I hope you guys have a happy Thanksgiving. So with Rival 2 going down, I decided to take on the junior trainer in Misty's gym, and at this point, maybe we should just take her on. Probably too early to take on Misty, but I don't know, I might give her one shot. This is not an optimized run, so let's just try Misty one time. Let's see. Okay, so the strategy pretty simple. I'm going to start off by sand attacking Staryu a bunch. Now I'm going to go quick attack like crazy. Okay, and I'm going to stand attack Starmie a bunch. And quick attack. Okay, she landed a hit. I think this one is possible though, guys. And yeah, I mean, we get to Starmie. It's using Harden and X Defend, which is bad. We don't like that. But see, we can get one more. And there we go. Oh, Misty goes down. Only one reset on Misty? That's not bad. So compared to Brock, neither Rival 2 nor Misty were really any challenge at all. I mean, those resets were clearly just a matter of RNG. And that's the thing, with Sand Attack, we always have a chance to get through tough opponents, and we don't necessarily need to gain a ton of levels in order to do it. So really, our only major hurdle here is going to be basically rock types and ghost types. Rock types because they're going to resist everything that we can use, and ghost types because they can't be hit by normal type moves. Here we're taking on the Onix from the one hiker that we have to fight on our way to Bill's house, and we can see that this is a reasonably tough fight, just given the fact that it doesn't take very much damage, but Sand Attack is enough. We just set up our Sand Attacks and we whittle it down. We can move on to the last couple trainers to get through this section, and really our typing isn't that bad. We have no troubles whatsoever against grass types, the Innocent Bystander doesn't have anything really strong to use against us, and we can just make our way through the rest of these trainers. So the next challenge is going to be Rival 3, and I don't think he's going to be that hard. Okay, so Rival 3, here I'm going quick attack, and Gust, let's go quick attack there. Here I'm just going to go all in on knocking Sandshrew out. And Eevee, sure, he sand attacks me, but I take it down. There we go. Ooh. So with Rival 3 going down, we can now move on in the game. I would sometimes take on Lieutenant Surge here, but this is clearly a case where the Lieutenant Surge fight would be a bad decision. One Thunderbolt probably completely destroys us. So instead I make my way to Rock Tunnel, where fortunately nothing's really all that strong against us, but I am looking ahead to one major challenge, the Rock Tunnel Hiker. He of course is going to resist all of our moves, and really the best strategy that we can think of with a Pidgeot is to go accuracy strats. Accuracy strats are the one way that you could get through an opponent that uses self-destruct with a reasonable amount of consistency, even when you have a type disadvantage, even when you don't have any effective way to knock that opponent out. So we're going to test it out and see how many resets it takes. Here, we're going to dig out though, because I want to make sure that I have all of the PP available in our move Sand Attack. That is our strategy here against the Rock Tunnel Hiker. We are going for the Sand Attacks with the hopes that it will enable us to simply let him self-destruct on himself. We survive a self-destruct there. We get a second self-destruct, that was bad, and we lost. Okay, like, we just need self-destructs to sometimes miss. basically. Once we get all this sand attack set up, we'll just go into quick attack. And there he missed. That's nice. Okay. That self-destruct hit. See, we just need one of these self-destructs to actually miss. Come on. He's like, I never miss my self-destruct. Oh, there's a self-destruct miss. Nice. Okay, there's a second self-destruct miss. That's exactly what we were going for. And there's the third self-destruct miss. You see, he just needs to do like that. You just have to complain that he's not missing, and then he'll miss. That's the moral of this story. So only 2 resets there on the Rock Tunnel Hiker. Now we can take on the last trainer and make our way to Rival 4. Should we take on Rival 4? I think we'll just take him on. Don't think there's any reason not to take this guy on. So let's just see. I'm going to lead off with Sand Attack against his Fearow. Growl kinda sucks. Now I'm going to go Quick Attack. The critical hit is nice. Fortunately, Magnemite doesn't know any electric type moves. We take Shelder down. Just Sand Attacking his Sandshrew. Hey, come on, he uses a potion, but we get through. There we go, there we go. Alright, Turkey. No problem. So with Rival 4 going down, we basically haven't had that many resets since Brock, and it really goes to show just how big of a wall Brock is for these normal type Pokemon. We're now all the way to Celadon City, where we can go into the Rocket Game Corner. We're gonna fight as many of these trainers as we can, but I'm going to put off Giovanni for quite a while. Giovanni is probably going to be tough with his rock types. But in the meantime, we can just get some free experience from these rocket grunts, and I'm figuring we should just take on Jesse and James, and we finally got Wing Attack. So, Jesse and James time here. Let's see how our Wing Attack does. I mean, technically Quick Attack is still our stronger move. So, yeah, there is that. Like Wing Attack. Now that we have Wing Attack, we can actually think about taking on Erica's gym. There's only one required trainer here, the Beauty with this Execute, and it is a little bit trolly. It puts us to sleep, it uses Reflect, but we're eventually going to take it down, and it's on to Erica herself. Let's see how it goes. Alright, well, let's try Erica here. I'm going to lead off with several sand attacks on this Tangela. It's never going to use grass type moves against us because Smart AI tells it that grass is resisted. She's super potions, which kind of sucks. But now we can sand attack here on the Weepin' Bell. And that defense drop actually improved our damage output because it gave us a badge boost in attack. And now we land a bunch of sand attacks, and there we go. Erica goes down just like that. So Lieutenant Surge time. So I am going for the sand attacks first. Now I'm going to go Quick Attack, and he lands 2 Thunderbolts in a row. Rip. But we outspeed him in the beginning, so... And that Thunderbolt just one-shot us. Great. Oh god. Okay. Like, I mean, nobody expected this to be an easy fight by any means, so, yeah. Okay, but there we take him down. Okay, 38 resets so far, that's not bad. Wing Attack has one more advantage in that it allows us to hit ghosts. It's the only level up move that will allow us to do so, and so we can take down the Chandlers in Sprout Tower. I want all this experience before we take on Giovanni. And it's time for the Giovanni fight. Let's see how this goes, guys. I'm leading off with Sand Attack. Oh, and yeah, Guard Spec stops us from just spamming Sand Attack, so now we need Rock Throw to just legit miss a lot of times, and it doesn't. So this is the problem with Guard Spec. Like, it means that he can stop us from just sitting here and lowering his accuracy. Otherwise, I would do this. Lower his accuracy all the way. And now it doesn't matter. He can Guard Spec if he wants, because I've already beaten his Onix. And I'm going to do the same here against Rhyhorn. I'm going to Sand Attack until he Guard Specs. Horn Attack won't do nearly as much as the Rock Throw, but still. And here, okay, he's Guard Spec to now, so I was using Sand Attack again just to try to make us more survivable. And there we go. We do get through Giovanni on that attempt. So 39 resets. We're still pretty solid overall, honestly. So with Giovanni down, we can take on Ghost Marowak, who's not very hard, but this might be the last easy section of the game. We've got a lot of tough battles coming up, but first up, we gotta take on Jesse and James. Against Meowth, I'm just going to go Quick Attack. Here I'm also just basically Quick Attack, but here against Weezing, I think is where I'm gonna set up Sand Attack. Because look at that sludge, oh my god. Okay, but we take him down. Very good. So like in many of these runs, we're now entering the tough part of the game, because we have to make the decision whether to fight Koga or Rival 5, and Rival 5's probably impossible. His Cloyster and his Magneton have super effective moves, and even with Sand Attack, it's probably not going to work out. So I go down to Koga's gym instead, where our decent attack stat plus our physical moves allow us to get through these Psychic type trainers, and hopefully Wing Attack will do enough to take down the Venonats, and at least give us a chance at Venomoth. Gets through, nice. So now the question becomes, how do we do against this Koga and his Venonats? We know that we're going to outspeed all the Venonats, but I'm not sure if we're going to one-shot them. We might need to rare candy here in order to have a decent chance. I'm not sure. Let's just get into this. Let's give it a try. So Wing Attack doesn't even do half at this point. Special Drop is fine, but we've already been hit by Toxic, so I'm pretty sure this fight's just over. Yeah. So let's see, we've got 4 rare candies in the bag right now. What if I give myself 4 more levels? What happens now? Now you would think that because Koga's basically a bug-type trainer in Pokemon Yellow, that this would be one of our easiest gym fights, but in fact it's pretty ridiculous. We're up to 70, 100, even 150 resets on this fight, with no signs that we're actually going to get through it. Sand Attack isn't enough, and we get a lot of resets just due to Toxic. Will we finally get through this one, and what will it take? Nice and easy, guys. God, Koga, you're such a troll. The only thing that you could do that would be trollier would be to have a Bulbasaur that uses Leech Seed. Just like, oh yeah, I forgot a strat. Oh man, Koga, my new arch nemesis. Okay, we've literally hit him with all of the sand attacks, so now we just need to hit... Oh, there we go! 191 resets! But we did beat Koga on minimum battles with Gigachad. Gigachad, you are being super Chad, but you're still a legend. Oh man. Oh, that's so stupid. Okay, well now we have a badge boost in speed, I guess. But you know what? I'm going to get all the rare candies. Here's what I'm going to do. So the way that I do this, whenever I don't know that I can beat Rival 5, you always just go up to the top of that building and you get yourself an Eevee. Then you can just pop right over here, go to the 4th floor, buy yourself a water stone, and Bob's your uncle. You have a water Pokemon, which means you can now use Surf. And because we're trying to learn Surf, we don't have to go out and catch another wild Pokemon. A lot of people have said like, oh, but you can't go to Blaine yet because you haven't gotten Lapras. I've seen that comment come up before, and it's, no, I don't even have to fight another wild Pokemon to do it. Or catch another wild Pokemon to do it. All I have to do is just get the Vaporeon. Works every time. My game plan basically comes down to this. We are going to pick up the rare candies here in this section. So that's 1, that's 2, and there's a secret key. Perfect. And we can dig out. And now I'm going to fly up here so that we can get to the power plant. That's a max elixir that we always get. We're going to get the rare candy. We're going to get the PP up. And that's basically it. Hey. So now we can dig out, but now we can literally pop all of these rare candies into Gigachad. But first, let's just see how he's doing. He's pretty close to a level up. Let's give Blaine one attempt without the rare candies, just to see. And let's just make sure, yep, Gigachad's looking nice. Get into this. So first things first, I'm going to go for Sand Attack here. Yeah, we didn't like that. Three, 4. And Growl's not the end of the world here. Even though it is reducing our attack damage, we at least get the badge boosts, and we get, like, with decent accuracy luck, we'll still have a chance to get through. He sets up Reflect, that's kind of nice. Now we need crits. And Fire Blast. So now let's just pop our last 2 rare candies here. And we're going to learn Agility, which I'm going to learn over Gust. Gust is less... it's not as strong as Quick Attack, and it doesn't have as much utility, I don't think. Let's just see how this goes now. So I'm still going to have to survive here. Goal is to set up a couple of sand attacks here at least. Now I think we go Agility. And now the hope is that the badge boosts and attack make these much easier ranges, and we're guaranteed to outspeed everything now. But then Rapidash just lowered our attack stat. The problem here is we need God knows how many hits to knock him out. So even though we've got the -5 on his accuracy, he's likely to hit us at least once and knock us out here. Crit. Oh, there we go. 271 resets. We finally take down Blaney Boy. Oh, God. Oh, man. See, this is the whole point. You note that it's basically impossible, and that's when you'll get the luck to get through. The RNG gods finally smile upon Gigachad. Give him the chance. Alright, so now we have no choice. We have to take down Rival 5. And this one's just going to be a pain. I think we start by setting up our sand attacks here. I'm going 4 sand attacks. Now I'm going agility for badge boosts. Now I'm going quick attack. We're doing decent damage. Now we got a sand attack on this cloister like crazy. And that was a critical hit Aurora Beam. Get wrecked by the cloister. I don't think we can afford to even take a sand attack. That was our first time to reach Magneton, but we had a sand attack. So now one thing to keep in mind with this one is that this is far from the last major trouble we're going to have in this run. We still have to take on Giovanni with his rock-type Pokemon, with no real way to get through them. We have to take on Lorelei, whose entire team is going to spam ice moves and wreck us. We still have to take on Bruno, who would actually be hard in this one. We still have to take on Lance, which in this version, his dragons, his actual dragon-type Pokemon, know moves like Thunderbolt, Ice Beam, Thunder, and Blizzard. And then he's got Aerodactyl, which will resist all of our moves and have high critical hit chance. Then we have to think that we also have to deal with, what? There are going to be opponents in the game, in the Champions team. We're still going to be dealing with Magneton. We're still going to be dealing with Cloyster. So this one's probably pretty much done here. So I'm calling it, but I am going to experiment a little bit. Let's just see how we would perform if we used TMs here. So here's our Pidgeot now, but we have Hyper Beam and we have Fly. Agility. Hyper Beam Rex there. With the extra badge boost, Hyper Beam Rex there. Hyper Beam Rex there. We can just fly against Kadabra. And Hyper Beam Rex. So there we can see, okay, these moves would have been enough to get us through that section. But now, let's just full restore, because we can. Here, I'm just gonna set up agility first. And fly should pretty well wreck here. Okay. So it's important to note, we're no longer going no TMs on this one. But we are trying to see if minimum battles is possible here. And I think the key is, for now, Hyper Beam. But we're probably going to have to go Mimic after this. That's my guess, at least. Okay, so here's Giovanni. I'm just going to hit him with some sand attacks first, because he's just going to go Double Kick, because he sees Double Kick as being super effective against my normal type. So now Hyper Beam wrecks there, Hyper Beam wrecks there. Here I think we need to go for that. Yeah, it's 2 hits there. And then I'm gonna fly. Hyper Beam? There we go. Okay, so we take down Giovanni, that was fine. We're still on minimum battles, but yeah, clearly Hyper Beam is the play, and Fly is just an upgrade, obviously. Let's get over here to Sabrina's gym. Sabrina should be one of the easier gym leaders, I think. Let's just see. Here, Hyper Beam, that should be a one-shot. That's a one-shot. It's because of Reflect that we didn't get the one-hitter there, but it is a 2-hitter, and there we go. Sabrina goes down. And I'm pretty sure this is the play. I'm pretty sure this is how you get through Giovanni, so we have to go 1 broken TM right here. And it pretty much has to be Mimic in this one. And the reason it has to be Mimic is because we don't have the move coverage that we need to get through our opponents. So let's go ahead and learn Mimic. So the goal of beating the game on 0 DVs, minimum battles, and no TMs, I mean, it was a pipe dream to begin with, but we have had to give up. And in this one, it kind of makes sense. We just don't have a move pool that actually allows us to take down tough opponents. You might be thinking that Sand Attack would get us through these fights eventually, but Sand Attack is so much worse than people bill it to be. Yes, you can remember that fight where you took 1 Sand Attack and then you couldn't hit anything for the rest of the battle, but most of the time, Sand Attack has very little impact on the fights. And Giovanni uses guard specs, which is going to make this incredibly difficult. Can we get through him, and how many attempts will it take? But now we've got to take on Giovanni, and I think the strategy here is pretty simple. It's just a matter of, can we execute it? This Dugtrio cannot hit us with a single attack, so after 1 agility, we will outspeed. I'm going to Mimic Earthquake. Okay. All right. And we leveled up there, which was a problem. Okay, let's try this again. So first things first, I'm going to increase my speed. Now I'm going to mimic Fissure, I think. With a pretty simple logic that, while yes, Fissure is very low accuracy, if we do manage to land it, it's just going to be a one-hit KO, right? There. And there. See, so Fissure is the play there, rather than Earthquake. Earthquake won't one-shot, but Fissure will. And that takes down that team. That's why Mimic breaks the Giovanni fight, Fissure. Now, let's get into this Rival 6 fight, where I'm gonna lead off with some sand attacks. Here, I'm gonna set up my agilities for badge boosts. And now I'm just gonna fly against this one. Okay, here too, I think fly is fine. Now we need the luck against Cloyster, though. I mean, this is how terrible some of these minimum battles runs are, even when you use TMs. Even when you go broken TMs. You know, like, at this point, it probably does make sense to say, you know what? My strat is now double team. Right, so we're doubling up on the broken TMs, but I think this is the strat, guys. Because double team is not just about evasion, it's also about badge boosts. And I think it's gonna let us get through. Okay, let's try. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, and critical hit knocks us out. Knock those ones out. Mimic, clamp. Now we're clamping on Magneton. Now fly. Not a one-hitter, but it is a two-hitter, and now Clamp is gonna be super effective here against the Flareon. And there we go. Gets us through. Okay, so here, no need to really mess with anything. We're just checking if minimum battles is possible here. So starting off with a Lorelei. I'm going straight for the double teams right off the bat, but you know what? We might be better off trying to exploit our AI by going fly, yeah, and getting rest. 4, 5, 6. Now I'm going to once again mimic Clamp. Okay, and Surf wrecked us there. Okay, so let's fly. Get rest, which is just what we wanted to see there. Goes for rest again. Okay, we knocked that one out. Mimic Clamp. Okay, and Fly knocks that one out. Now I'm going to set up Agility here to get more badge boosts. Okay, here against Jinx, I think we just fly. Now against Lapras, I'm gonna work it down as much as I can with Clamp. Now fly. And fly. There we go. So Lorelei goes down just like that. We can restore some PP. And now into the Bruno fight. So here I think we start off with double team. And we get wrecked by Screech plus Rock Slide. So let's try this again. Dig is nice, because dig means that we don't actually have to worry about that much. I'm going to mimic dig from him. Okay, now we can fly. Now I'm setting up some agilities. Let's dig. And dig. Now let's fly. And... oh, fly missed. Okay, got the next fly. So... Bruno, no problem. Now we can move on to Agatha, where I think the strat is pretty clear. I am going to mimic... oh, okay, she swapped here, so I'm going to mimic Wing Attack instead. Gonna set up agility. Gonna start setting up... oh yeah, this is the weird glitch. Yeah, not what I wanted. If she switches Pokemon the turn you use Mimic, or I don't know, it's just some weird glitch with Mimic sometimes. Okay, I'm mimicking Substitute. Which means now all their confusion spam can't even hit me. And that's a one-shot. Nope, don't need Mirror Move. Okay, here. Okay. Okay, and we take Agatha down just like that, using only Fly. Okay, so now on to Lancey Boy, where I think the clear strat is to lead off with a bunch of double teams, trying to make it so that he can't hit. Now we're going to set up some agilities so we get even more badge boosts, and now we're just going to fly. Okay, then first Dragonair, fly, fly, fly. Okay, second Dragonair, of course, is where we mimic. Ice Beam, froze it, nice. Ice Beam, okay, and a critical hit Hyper Beam wrecked us there. Okay. Wait just a second. I have a rare candy. I'm gonna use it right here, because then I can do all my setup on Gyarados. 2, 3... okay, we got wrecked there by Hydro Pump. Double team, double team, double team, double team, double team. Team, agility, 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 fly. Is not a one-hitter though. Okay, Mimic Ice Beam. Oh, and we got hit by Ice Beam, even though we have all the double teams set up. RIP. Okay. Double team, double team, double team, double team, double team, and double team. Agility, 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 fly. That was a critical hit fly, that sucked. Okay, Mimic, Ice Beam. Ice Beam, one shot. Ice Beam, one shot. Ice Beam, one shot. There we go. And we level up right at the end, which is perfect. And it's on to the champion. On minimal battles. But man, oh man, are we going broken strats here. Okay. So let's just see here against the champion. So I'm gonna lead off with a bunch of double teams. He no longer knows Swift, which is good. Now I can set up agility as well. Now I'm going to fly and wreck him. I'm gonna fly here and wreck Alakazam. Fly here and wreck Exeggutor. Here I'm mimicking Thunderbolt. Thunderbolt? No. Fly. Okay. Now I want to go Thunderbolt, Thunderbolt there. And let's fly. Okay, he set up Reflect, so I think Thunderbolts. But Fly is still doing more, isn't it? Okay. And there we go. So Gigachad does beat Turkey on minimal battles, but it takes TMs to do so, and it takes some broken TMs to do so. Mimic and Double Team were the keys. Agility, Mimic, Double Team, and Fly was our final moveset. We also tried Hyper Beam in there. Hyper Beam's probably better than Fly. So we definitely learned a lot of useful things to use in our final optimizing run there, but Pidgeot on 0 DVs and minimum battles was terrible. It was worse than our first run with Vulpix. It only came ahead of our failed attempt with Mr. Mime, and of course our first run with Golbat, where we had 600 resets. Outside of that, we've never had a run this bad, and it's really bad considering this is a fully evolved Pokemon. But yeah, a lot of that came down to the fact that I stayed on 0 DVs and minimal battles with no TMs all the way through Blaine in this one, and yeah, we took a lot more resets than we probably needed to. There were a lot of places where clearly just leveling up would have made this one much better. Pidgeot is possible on minimum battles, but it's not a good way to play this Pokemon. So let's try a second run. In this second run, we are going to test Pidgeot with no TMs and find out what level it's able to beat the entire game. We already know that it doesn't need any TMs all the way through the Blaine fight, but a lot of those fights weren't that consistent. I mean, we were already on 350 resets when we changed to using TMs against Rival 5. So let's take logical optional battles and see what level we're able to beat these trainers at without relying on ridiculous amounts of luck. Can we get it down where we don't have that many resets, but we are able to beat the opponents reliably? And what level will that happen at? Well, let's pick this one up at Koga and see how it goes. So starting up at Koga, we're all the way up to level 44 when we're finally able to knock him out. Now we can move on to the next section of the game, where we're going to take on Blaine, but we beat him at level 55. Now we can move on to Rival 5, where we're at a much higher level than we were last time, So we were able to beat him immediately. We leveled up in the fight, but at level 56 he went down. It was really close, we had only 4 HP remaining, but it was possible. So with that out of the way, now we can make our way to Sabrina. She wasn't hard last time, so I don't really expect her to give us much trouble in this one. So we can just use quick attack in order to knock her out, and that was easy. 11 resets so far, we're at 129 battles. But now it's on to Giovanni. We've made it all the way to level 59 here, and we are going through this basic strategy where we set up on the Doug trio, we use all of our agilities, now we use quick attack to quickly take down Persian, and it's once we get to the Nidos that we have to start thinking about setting up sand attacks. That's easier said than done though, because Giovanni uses guard specs which prevent sand attack from actually having any effect. So we can only use so many sand attacks before he guard specs, and that's just going to be the luck of the draw. Here on this one, we barely get any sand attacks on Rhydon and we get knocked out. So what level will we take down Rhydon? We're all the way up at level 78. We survive a rock slide, and now we're able to slowly whittle it down. There we go, we level up to level 79 at the end of that fight. But we're at 180 total battles. We haven't taken a lot of resets because we were just grinding against Giovanni. We are able to immediately take down Rival 6, but now we have to get to the Elite 4, and they're not necessarily going to be easy. Let's see how this goes and what level we finish at.
Like, I don't care about your badge boosts, I'm just gonna wreck you anyway. Okay, wreck that one, wreck that one. Here, I think we just go ham, guys. There we go. Finally, level 84, we get through Lorelei. Here, I am gonna save. I am going to max potion. I am going to correction. I am not going to change anything here. Not going to recover any PP. Alright, so here, sand attack, sand attack, sand attack. Now I'm going agility. Here, we can even go wing attack here. We're not doing much damage due to the fact that he's X attack, or X defended, but here we can just wreck the Hitmons. And now he's using X defense on his second Onix. Okay. But now we can just wing attack and take down Machamp. There we go. So now I am going to full restore. And this is where I am going to Elixir. Because I need enough wing attacks to get through this. Okay, let's see how Agatha goes. Here, we're all the way up at level 84. So I'm starting off by dropping a few sand attacks here on the Gengar. Here, I'm going to quick attack on Golbat. Okay, we took down Gengar, we took down Haunter. Looks like a 2-hitter here on Arbok. And a 2-hitter here on the final Gengar. But there we go, we get through. Agatha's no problem. Okay, I'm going to Elixir again. I'm going to full restore again. But this time, this is where I'm going to drop rare candies like crazy, because I'm expecting Lance to be a nightmare. And I mean, we've already taken so many optional battles, we may as well just get the levels and get through this without a bunch of resets. So here we are, we're all the way up at level 96. Let's see how this goes against Lancey Boy here. Okay, I'm going to start by sand attacking Gyarados a few times. I'm going to start setting up my agilities here. And quick attack, quick attack. Quick attack's a one-hitter there and there. It's looking like a 3-hitter there. And Blizzard wrecks us. So, like, at level 96, we can still get beaten here. This is stupid. Okay. So, sand attack, sand attack, sand attack, sand attack, sand attack, sand attack. We've set up all the sand attacks here on the Gyarados. Okay. Now quick attack wrecks there. Quick attack just wrecks there. Still gonna set up a couple of sand attacks here. Okay, we take that one down. Now I'm gonna set up... I'm trying to set up sand attack there on the final Dragonite. Okay, so let's try this again. Sand attack, sand attack, sand attack, sand attack, sand attack, sand attack. Agility, agility, agility. Quick attack, quick attack, quick attack, quick attack. Sand attack, sand attack, sand attack. Quick attack, attack. Oops, quick attack. Does not 2-hit. Wing attack, okay. Now sand attack. Oh, and we get frozen solid. Oh man. Three, 4, 5, 6. Agility, agility, agility. Quick attack, quick attack. Quick attack will wreck these Dragonairs every time. But I'm going to set up a couple sand attacks here on the Aerodactyl. Especially since it appears that this is not going to be a simple, like, 1-hitter or 2-hitter situation. And it's a 2-hit KO on the Dragonite. Okay, we get through, but, I mean, he beat us multiple times at level 96, guys. Excuse me. Okay, I'm going to PP up on Sand Attack. It's the only move that makes any sense to PP up on. And now it's time to see if Gigachad can beat the champion at level 96. Oh my god. Oh god, god, god. 3, 4... Okay, I'm going agility. Getting the badge boosts. Quick attack, quick attack. Quick attack. Oops, I should have gone wing attack there. Quick attack. I'm just trying to go ham. Okay. And here, I mean, we should just be able to win. There we are. Okay, so... a 0 DVs Pidgeot. Remember, this is 0 DVs. This is the worst possible stats that a Pidgeot can have. With the worst possible stats and with no TMs, it needed level 96 to beat the game. At level 96, it was finally able to get through Lorelei, Lance. I mean, Giovanni had us at level 79. So we really need to put this result into context. Pidgeot, on optional battles, was able to beat the champion at level 96. But that's significantly higher than Golbat, who beat the champion at level 89, or Vulpix, who beat the champion at level 87. It's by far and away the highest level finish we've ever needed in order to beat the champion without TMs. It kinda makes sense, because we just don't have any strong attacking moves. Now there's one move that I didn't try, which was Mirror Move, but that's because I couldn't think of a good situation to actually use it. Maybe on one of the Dragonairs, but that would require us to actually take hits from them. We could then mimic Ice Beam from the second Dragonair,
or mimic Blizzard from the Dragonite, but that's really it. There aren't a lot of opponents that will use moves on Pidgeot that are also good against that opponent that we're up against. And that's the reason why Mirror Move isn't really effective in this run. Mimic is much better than that, and Hyper Beam's going to be much better than that. We may still have to go double team in this one though, because optional battles did not get us a good result. We still end up all the way down in the D tier with a final score of 61.3. That is terrible. So we're going to try everything that we've learned in these two runs. We're going to take some optional battles to make some of these fights more consistent, and we're going to add all of the TMs that we know will actually help us beat the game in order to try to get a higher score in this one. But this might just be the worst challenge yet. We're going to pick it up right at Lance and see how this one goes, because if we can't improve it, this is a bad Pokemon.
We're just going to have to see. We're going to start off in this one by setting up the double teams, of course. We have no way to manipulate our badge boosts, so here we're going to go agility multiple times. And now Hyper Beam will wreck there. Hyper Beam will wreck that one. Here's where we mimic our Ice Beam. Hyper Beam's still enough for that though. Ice Beam wrecks that one. And we've leveled up, so we're gonna go Hyper Beam and Hyper Beam. And there we go, we get through Lance on the first attempt. So we are now all the way to the champion. And I'm going to full restore, and we're at exactly 100 battles total. So we're 37 battles above minimum battles right now, with 42 resets. And then we've added Hyper Beam, Mimic, Double Team, and Reflect in this one. Okay, so let's see how this goes against the champion. So this is another one where we're going to start off with all of our double team spam. Okay, now we're going agility. Now Hyper Beam. Now I'm going to Hyper Beam here. I'm going to Mimic here to steal Hypnosis, I think. Now Hyper Beam. Hyper Beam. And here we've leveled up, so I'm going to put Cloyster to sleep. And now it's looking like it's a 3-hit KO with Hyper Beam. So now, let's see if we can just put Flareon to sleep and one-shot it with Hyper Beam. So there we go, we get through the champion on the first attempt. So 37 optional battles, 42 resets, 2 broken TMs, and 2 normal TMs to beat the entire game with a Pidgeot. Oh god. So let's just look at this on the tier list.
So even with every optimization that I could possibly think of for this Pidgeot, it is the worst Pokemon that we've run on this channel so far, outside of a gimmick like HM Mule. That Dugong run that you see at the bottom there is just my first attempt with Dugong, completely unoptimized, just messing about. That one is going to go way above this final result when we actually finish it. And that kind of leaves us at the point. Pidgeot is bad. Its moveset is bad, and flying types just don't get any help in this generation. If there's one silver lining, it's actually speed. Because when you look at the game time of our final run, it actually wasn't that much worse than a lot of other Pokemon. It falls right in the center, just below Alakazam and just above Bulbasaur. But that's actually why I don't place much value on speed in my solo challenges, because a lot of bad Pokemon can get really good game times if you just give them broken TMs. Here, this one was bad any way you look at it.
But Pidgeot's just bad, guys. Bad. But that's okay. Nobody expected it to be good. I mean, I didn't expect it to be good. But there is one question. that's on everybody's mind. It's on my mind. How do we do against Mewtwo? Mewtwo knows Swift, which means we're probably going to take a lot of damage here. But we did, you know, we got to give it to Pidgeot. It has one of the worst possible typings and still did manage to get through the game. That's got to count for something, right? I think? I'm not sure. I'm not sure how you guys feel about that. But this is why I put off broken TMs as much as possible, but there are some of these runs where we're gonna have to go broken TMs. It's actually the only really logical way to play, but we can show that, yeah, at level 96, we can beat the game without a single TM. And, you know, Mimic is a strat here, where if we added a bunch of extra levels and just bypassed double team to use Mimic, I mean, a lot of you would be more satisfied with the Mimic strats, I know, but it's just that it's so hard to set up and you're going to get tons of resets from trying to go sand attack. And if you're really against the accuracy strats, you don't want to go sand attack, you don't want to go double team, I mean, good luck, guys, with this one. It's just not going to happen. So here, I'm going to lead off with a bunch of double teams. I'm going to even set up an agility here. And he's barriered. RIP. Okay, so here's my game plan now. I'm going to mimic... I didn't mean to mimic Swift. RIP. I'm going to mimic... Well, I mean, Barrier could be good. It could give us even more badge boosts. Recover could be good, but I'm going to go Psychic. Because he's going to set up Barrier. There's not really much I can do about him setting up Barrier. But in a really good run, I could, in theory at least, get a bunch of special drops with Psychic. And if he misses a bunch of times... See, there's another special drop. And we need non-crit Psychics, of course. And Hyper Beam finishes the job. There we go. So, Gigachad, legend, finishes at level 64 with 2 broken TMs and 2 non-broken TMs and badge boost glitch out the wazoo in order to beat the entire game. Oh, these flying type Pokemon are so bad in Gen 1. Just so terribly bad. If you don't want to use TMs, you have to get to level 96 to beat the game with its level up moveset. If you do use TMs, you can beat the game on minimum battles, but you are going broken TMs and getting a ton of resets. And if you want to go kind of the middle ground, you're still going to use broken TMs. I mean, Mimic is required. It's pretty much the strategy for getting through the Elite Four is Mimic strats. Double team is pretty well required too. I mean, you can try to go sand attack, but it's just not going to be very pretty. Hyper Beam, very, very much required. It's by far and away the best stab move you can learn to knock things out. The only place where Hyper Beam isn't good is against ghosts, or in situations where you can get a different super effective move via Mimic. And Agility is 100% required for the badge boost glitch, and double team plus Agility, 9 badge boosts altogether, is enough. It's not pretty, but it is enough. That does it for this one, guys. I hope you enjoy this. I'm gonna be thinking about Gigachad for a while here. So if you've watched this far, you are amazing. Thank you, and I hope you like this video. If you want to watch more content, there is a yellow version playlist over here on the left side. And next week, we are going to be running Poliwrath and Kingler to find out which is the best physical attacking water type. Now, thank you to the channel members, of course, and thank you to everybody in the Discord. I'll see you in the next video, guys. Later.